Okay, welcome back to the game development stream for Kitty Found a Camera. Today, we have some interesting things, because we're not even going to be working on the game. We're going to be working on the website for the game. Because let's see, if I go to localhost 8080, I have my company, Dream Lattice Software, LLC, and this is the website. And when you hover over it, wow. The future is here, gamers. It's a lattice of dreams. And then, there's nothing. And so what I want today is to do something. Because I'm thinking, I really want to make a cool looking site. Like, this is one of the examples that I have of a cool looking, like, site that's, like, simple. You see this, or you just have, like, things you can do. Of course, the one downside of this website is that, let's see, if I turn off this, so let's say I temporarily set these back to being disabled. You know, the website depends on JavaScript to render anything, because it's one canvas. And so that allows them to do, like, basically anything they want with it, but obviously then it's also not screen reader compatible, stuff like that. And that's still stuff that I'd want, especially for like a company website. So I like having this cool thing here. I suppose one thing I'd want though is for it to not for maybe the hovering to be like this square rather than the whole thing. I'll put that as like a thing to do, but that's less important than actually adding the content to the website. And I want to figure out, like, how do I want to design it? And I guess I'll do that here. So let's say store page, website. So company page, entry. Yeah, it needs to be mobile friendly. And then I'm going to say also smaller hover area. And that'll be a lower priority though, because I can ship with this. But okay, so I want an about page, I think. So let's have about page, links to me, maybe a photo. I don't have very many, like, good photos of myself. I could do a professional photo. Well, I have a camera. I can just set up a good photo, I think. But okay, yeah, an about page. So that would link to my personal site, needleful.net, which eventually I also want to readjust it a bit, because I would like this tree of links to be on the side here, so that way it's easy for people to find it, because I think this is, like, you know, probably the most important thing, just in terms of, like, being able to see things that I do, since I don't have, like, a daily update system here. I mean, I could also just make some sort of system for, like, more easily uploading here, though it's static hosting. How would I do that? I could have a second website that has dynamic programming, or, you know, yeah, some sort of dynamic stuff, but all it does is then upload the content to this site. That'd be funny. It'd also be a lot of work. Well, would it be a lot of work? I could even have it be, like, my local or, like, something that I hope... I'll think about that later. I don't need to have, like, my own personal website to have some sort of secret, like, uploading system. But okay, I like the minimalism here. I like the simplicity here. But then again, I already have that here by clicking here. So I should probably just have, like, for now, one landing page. And also, I should reconfigure this to use, my NPG, or use NNG, Needleful Net Generator. I wonder if that's actually a thing that I can look up. Oh, there's multiple things. There we go. So yeah, how would I do that in a way that's not a pain? Because I have it basically E02, 05, NNG. I think NNG is here. Okay, yeah. And so then what I can do is probably... Swipple. Hang on. Let's go to my website, or my personal website. How does this build work again? Okay, s source www. Okay. So basically I can just do nng pl src www. And that means that then I can have a new folder here. So this will be the source of the web page then. Then we could have like a, I don't know, some sort of template and then some sort of index here. So that way I don't have to handwrite these. Okay, let's do new file. Template name equals, or no. How the heck do these things work again? I should have kept this open. Basic page, yeah. Yeah, so we can just do template name equals page. And let's call it basic page as well. So yeah, this will be basic page template.xml. Yeah, my website system is a little funky, a little goofy. Because basically, one time at my job, I had to do some XML templating. And I was like, that's kind of fun. I want to do something else with that. But okay. Yeah, so let's just get some stuff here. We'll just do title and content for now. Though, actually, I probably should also have the content class. And then we're just going to have content. And let's basically just copy all this stuff. So yeah, we're going to have, like, Dream Lattice software. Style. Let's see. And we don't need any JavaScript right now. Oh, and then we should have, yeah, definitely header extras. And then body will be almost exactly the same. Well, actually not really. Yeah, because we don't have the title bar. We just have the content. Okay. So then what I can do is I can do basic page. And this will be index page XML. And so this will now use the parameters that I've defined here. So title, content, content class, and header extras. Instead of having index.html be a thing that we have to do manually. Oh wait, this is home though. Yeah, so basically here, it won't save us that much space. But for example, we can have this then as header extras. Which admittedly, can I have this be like I bet you I can do this by having this in single quotes. And have that as a dash. I just prefer that. I'm going to see if that works. I don't actually know the rules for my own part parser, because it is basically very hokey. And also I'm realizing it does mean, unfortunately, that my, something or other. Oh, wait, hang on. We can actually have... Wait, do I want this to be... here as a custom ID? Maybe? Or what I can do is actually have that ID as content instead. Trying to figure out what exactly I want here. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to get the whole body here. Put that into content. See how that fares. Okay. Oh, but that means that the JavaScript... Hang on. I have a good idea. Just have extra JavaScript in the thing. So we'll just do type equals text JavaScript. And then source equals landing JS. Oop. Wait, what did I just do? There we are. Okay. So this is now going to be www. There we are. And you know what? Honestly, I'd rather do the same thing with this as well. Yeah, because when we go to basic page, style, ID content, text required. What am I looking for? Link relation equals style sheet. Okay. Basically, I'll have this as well. So that way we still have syntax highlighting and all that stuff. Okay. And that means that now we can delete that. We'll just have this here. Okay. And I might actually want to have the basic page not have this div here, and instead we just have the content for now. Because I can nest pages together. In fact, I'm going to say, like, blank page. Well, no. Let's call it basic page. And yeah, that way I don't have to worry about, like, the nested classes. We can remove that. Okay. And that way, eventually, I can add a bunch more, like, meta information to all of these, and we can skip some of the boilerplate. But okay, test that, see if that actually works. So, omitted end tag for script, because I forgot to actually add that. Or I forgot to add a self-closing thing. There we go. Okay. And then let's look at the new index.html. Okay, it feels basically the same. Let's reload it. Oh, wait. Okay, it's exactly the same. As you might imagine, we haven't done anything to it yet. But that means that now I can just make the index slightly easier. Ever so slightly easier. I could even make it markdown. Yeah, so we could have this be then a written page or something. Maybe I'll do that. We're just gonna new file. Template name. Actually, what if we just had the... I'm just gonna rename this to pages template. And we're just going to have multiple templates in here. But also, I'm happy to see that I can actually have single quotes in my headers. So this is a variable name. Okay, and then template name equals blog, or like content page. Let's call it that. Because basically I'm going to have some markdown in my page instead. And this is going to have all of these same parameters, except this is going to be markdown instead. I think that's how I do it. Let's go back to my other page, because we got blog. Exactly there. And what I can do is I can have like a standard header here. So like, there is some duplication, but that's fine. Okay. So yeah, our content would be standard header, title, and then header extras. Header. Admittedly, the inheritance is not very efficient. It would be nice to have some sort of like inherit equals something or other, but I'm going to ignore that. Because yeah, now we got a standard header, so I can add more and more stuff here. We have our basic page, which just has the header and then the content that we need. And then our content page, which will have basically the exact same thing, except it'll have markdown, and then there'll be like a div id equals content. And that way we have some sort of bounding box, and then I can have some sort of like thing in here. But okay, and once we have that, new folder, home, index page XML, title, welcome. In fact, I'm going to have the Dream Lattice software. Oh, wait, no. I guess that's fine. Let's call this home. Content, gamer. Anything else that I needed? No, I didn't need anything else. I guess to replicate this, I can have whatever I need. Wrong index. This one. So yeah, basically we'd have about, no, games, software. Does this, I forget if I correct for indentation, or if I have to do like that. I'll check. Oh wait, no. I have to build first. Okay, compiling parameters for standard header. And that's because... Why is that because? Oh, because we don't have the content. Right, so it was thinking that this was some sort of weird parameter. There we go. And then it didn't quite work because, as I feared, I have to unindent. But that's not the end of the world. Oh wait, wrong place. So yeah, here our markdown needs to be like that. Oh wait, and then we build, and then we do the things. Okay. So the main issue is that it seems to be no longer using the correct thing in our... Let's go to Style CSS. H2, font size 3M. Title, display block. So what happened to... So why is this no longer what it needs to be? What did I change, actually? Oh, because it's a class title. So maybe what I should do then is... Yeah, if we go to dot title here, I think I'm going to have this always happen to H2. And then we have that there. Wait, why do we have sans serif by default? Also, I'm realizing this still needs to be here. Actually... I know what to do. H1, H2. Does this not work? I thought we could cascade these style sheets. Are we not able to do this then? Hang on. How do we style with multiple blocks? Because I don't want to have to, like, have every single thing. So, okay. So do we put commas here? Why is it not, am I just dumb? Okay. Why does it let me? Oh, because I forgot. Okay. It's because comma means, okay. Because this means it's a title class that is a child of an H2 that is a child of an H1, I'm pretty sure. Or something like that. I've used that before. Okay, and this is how you specify, this applies to H1, H2, and title. Let's go back to the home and make sure I haven't messed anything up, though. Okay, that looks good. And I think the question is, do I actually want this to be the style of it? But for now, what I'll do is ignore that, because we need to have cool images. And I'm actually going to have H3 as well. Let's say 2EM. So yeah, for now what I'm going to do... Let's have our bounding box. So we're going to do new file. Oh, wait, no. New folder. Image. I'm thinking we have the whatever the heck we have. Go to kitty camera. No. We go to this one. Project, Steam page. And then I also have here the Dream Lattice website. That needs... Oh, wait, hang on. This needs to be under www. Oh, wait, does it? Wait, hang on. What's here? Oh, I see. This is a... Oh, right, yeah. That'll need to be eventually used somewhere. I forgot. I was going to use this image for, like, the background in some way. I think I'd still like to do that. Like, basically, like, have, like, a border up here that says, like, Dream Lattice, and then it'll have, like, a cool thing there. And then, I don't really need this anymore, I don't think. Okay, let's go back to these. I forgot to actually get the thing that I needed, which is, where is my... Oh, description images, right. It's the banner. I want this banner. How big is this? Probably 1920 by 540. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, let's have that as our thing here. So we're just gonna do, I've already forgotten how to do these. Isn't it like this? Then we just have image. Let's have a new folder. Games. So it's going to be image games. Rename this to Kitty Banner. And actually, let's even specify even more. Kitty Camera Banner. Okay. Oh yeah. I forgot to do that. Almost. Looks like what happened here was my operators didn't quite work. Okay, so what am I doing wrong? We need this back. If we go to my blog, 2026? No, not that one. 2025? This one. Okay, so did I just do it wrong? No? This looks like it's correct. Is it because it's using dashes, so it mistakes this for full text or something like that? Because we do see this unexpected HTML here. Image games, kitty camera banner.png. Function equals. So let's go to index here. Anything wrong here? No, this all looks good. I'm going to change the name of this just to, well, do I care about ever so slightly compressing this? How big is this even? How big is this file? Oh, it's 4 kilobytes. Yeah, I don't need to save like 50 bytes by like changing this class to like latcirc or something like that. Okay, it's getting a little closer, except for the fact that, yeah, there's this weird thing here. Yeah, so my needleful net generator is behaving badly. Why would that be? Let's go back to school, and we will learn why it's going wrong by going here to our tests. Template name equals photos. Or let's say page. Actually, what do I want? Because we can just use the markdown page, can't we? Yeah, okay. Okay, this will be 10 simple, or no, let's say down 2.template XML. Param name equals content type equals markdown. And then content Okay. And this one, we can just now add like a... What is this going to be? Simple markdown. Okay. Uh, 10 markdown 2.page XML. Okay. Header 1. Header 2. Header 3. And this is going to be image slash missing PNG. And what I can do now is let's get another tab here. Okay. So how do I test this thing? Don't I have some sort of like... Huh. Oh wait, isn't it swipple -s nng pl -test www, no, test source test www. Okay. So something did happen here where it looks like... Oh, I think this is a debug print. But okay, let's see what happened here. So if we go to the output. Okay, and this didn't work. Oh, because I didn't have it correctly formatted. Okay, so now if we come into here. Huh, so it works here. So what would be the issue? Is it something to do with being a nested HTML, maybe? Is it a nested HTML? Hang on. Go back to this page. So, okay, it seems to be an issue specifically with this page and how I've laid it out. Is it because it still has... So if I did missing dash page, like that. Because I'm not a fan of the idea that it depends on... No, okay. That seems correct still. So what's the difference between this here and this here? Is it because something is going wrong with, It must be something to do with the page template. So maybe there's something here. So markdown, required false. Hmm. If I remove this for the time being, what would happen? So we can go back up to this. Yeah, what's the deal? What's the deal with airline food? And there's also this unexpected HTML, which I don't like. Hmm. I think, honestly... No, do I want to duplicate this? I still don't want to duplicate that. But what if we remove the standard header here? And see if that does anything. No, that doesn't do anything. Is it because the... Wait, this is literally the exact same web page that I'm using for this site. I was about to say, like, maybe the Git is out of date, but no, because I'm not even using Git. So, like, this one's correct. Let's make it literally the exact same as, let's just copy the exact text. Oh, wait, wrong one. And we can see here... No, this is... Oh, this is the right one. Yeah, okay. So what if we get our pages.xml and we just use that instead? We literally just go back to here, put this in here, and then do content page. And we just, like, gradually change it. So, title, about. Because now we don't have that extra HTML warning. Interesting. So it's not this page. This page is fine in isolation. But for some reason, getting both the pages is causing some sort of issue where this HTML is wrong. Because it has all these tags that are just nonsense. That's very interesting. Huh. Because that means it's literally... Well, hang on. Let's see if... is there anything different about this page? Like, if I literally grab this page and put it in here. I think the only thing that changed is this title. But okay, test it again. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, still no unexpected HTML. Okay. So somehow, this page seems to be corrupting and confounding the other page. So what if we just get this one? Save this as well as, like, 10 fiddle page.xml. Oh, wait, that's supposed to be... Hang on. Source. There we go. Because... Huh. No, that's still the test one. So fiddle is correct. Oh wait, no. That's not even the thing that I need. This is the thing that I need. Okay, that looks right. This still looks right. Okay, so it's ghosts in the computer, I guess, because the exact same code in a different directory. What is the minimum reproduction of this? So if I did template name equals MD, and then we just get this, and then we just get content, and then we just go to this one again, and we do, instead of this, we just do MD. And so we have none of the, fancy stuff of that. None of this. None of that. And then if we run this, what would happen? Wait, where's my Swipple code? Why did it... It just forgot it in the history, I guess? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we still have this unexpected HTML error. Huh. Okay, well, let's look through this. Unexpected HTML. Is that a thing that I have here? Bad HTML E. So we should... Oh, okay. Because this fails, it probably backtracks, so we should probably have this throw instead. How do we throw a domain error? Okay, so a valid domain would be valid HTML, and then our bad one is E, so we're not even going to do that. We're just going to throw here. Huh? Am I stupid? It shouldn't be... It shouldn't say this anymore because we're using the... Hang on. No, when we expect here, that's still valid. Where am I? So this is Needleful Net. Oh, because it's Needleful Net. Okay, hang on, because we have two different things. We have Needleful Net. Okay, I see, I see. It's because I have this as part of this domain. So we actually have this here. Okay. That makes more sense. Okay, but that means that we should probably undo everything I did there. Yeah, keep this as it was, then instead. Okay. That was the problem. My other repo is out of date. Yay! And then that means that I can go back to here. We can do, let's say... close that for now. I'll undo some of that testing soon. But okay. Get that back to what it was. There we are. We can then change this, or we can remove this template. And then we should probably have max width of like 100% on these banners. Wait, hang on. Where's my, game? Oh, because we do that. And I'm going to say, yeah, the max width here should be 100%, which it is, actually. And then I'm going to have here content. Hashtag content. Max width, let's say 95%, just, and then margin auto. And then we're going to update our pages. So this, okay, that is correct. That didn't quite work because now the image is just off to the side. So let's inspect this. Okay, because we see that. Okay, so I'm just going to do image as a child of content should have a max width of 100%. There we go. Okay. Oh yeah, and the reason it was taking up the perfect width was because the image is just 1920 by 1080. But okay, now we have this. And then what I could do is, what do I want to do? Kitty Found a Camera is an adventure game all about cameras. So yeah, what is the best description for this? And I think we don't need another header here. Because instead what I'll do is I'll just have like banner image. Found a camera. Features. Looking dazed. Behind her is a cast of characters, the game, and a mysterious head floating on top of a church. Okay. So yeah, Kitty Found a Camera is an adventure game about taking photos. Herself dropped into a mysterious neighborhood. Let's say cul-de-sac. So, meet new characters. And also, I would like this to be a link. So what if I did just ahref equals... for now, it's just going to be store dot... something like that. And then I'll make sure that this works, because hopefully that works. But if it doesn't, I mean, I can literally just replace this with the HTML by hand. In fact, I could even make another alt text for like a banner. Or like another new template. So yeah, meet a cast of characters. Discover explore the neighborhood. Meet a host of silly characters. Let's say a cast. And take some nice photos. Coming to Steam and itch.io. And we can then have eventually I'll have these be the actual store pages. So itch.io. And this will be needleful.itch.io. It should probably be Dream Lattice, if I'm going to be serious about making like a business out of this. Oh yeah, I forgot. I don't do that. You build it. Almost. So why did that not work? Oh, okay, I see. Because I turned it into a link, obviously. Yeah, so we will actually need an image link, I think. So template name equals image link. Name, source, type text, param name, href, type text, and then param name equals alt, type equals text, contents. Okay. href equals, let's say, href. Oh yeah, we have to do this in single quotes. There we go. Image source equals source. It's funny, I did all that work to figure out why markdown images weren't working, and then it turns out it's because, or I didn't even need to do it because I'm just going to use HTML anyway. But okay. And then we can actually add a class here for doing banner stuff, but that's fine. Okay. So now we're just going to have href this image, no, source this, and then alt is this. There we are. Ta-da! Back to what it is. And then we should probably have a nice, let's see, hang on. We actually should go back to this. I do think font family sans serif will be correct. Okay, and then I should probably make some sort of nice font here. What we probably want, actually, is, let's see, sub-content. How do I do a div that has markdown inside of it? Can I do that? Because I want basically this stuff to be smaller. Actually, I have a good idea. What if I just did a content class? Yeah, I know how to do this. We do need to go back to... Oh, wait, no, we don't need to go back to that. I'm trying to figure out where exactly this stuff is. Yeah, we're just going to have a content class here. Required equals false, type equals text. Class equals content class. And we double quote it. Okay, and that way we can do this. MD. And what I'm going to have here is then .mdp. So max width 100%. And then also width will be equal to 800 point. So basically, I'm trying to make the this stuff. Hang on. Did that not work? Hang on. Inspect this. Okay, class equals MD. So this should have... Oh, okay. It's probably because we need to have smaller. Maybe this should be like 800 pixels. And then we should probably have... Oh, because it's still left aligned, though. Margin auto? Okay. That is a little better. Except I do want to have more of a line space between paragraphs. So how would we do that? Padding bottom? What if we did 20 pixels? And we did padding top as well. Is that even correct? Oh, okay. That's correct. And let's do 15 here, because basically... Oh, wait, I have a better idea. We keep the padding at the bottom, and we're going to have padding bottom here at .md image. The max width is 100%. Padding bottom is also 20 pixels. So that way, we have this here. What if we did actually 2 EM? Is it because this does not have... Ah, interesting. Because it's probably... Oh, wait. Am I dumb? Oh, I am dumb. My famous dyslexia. Okay, do I want anything better here? I think I want to have a fancy little bar at the top. I'm going to do that first. We'll just have some kind of banner. Wait, hang on. Where's my music? Okay, so I think for a content page, we're going to have div id equals content header Dream Lattice software. This will be H1. Class equals title. Okay. Interesting that H1 is smaller than H2. Do I want that to be the case? I guess that's fine. Okay, and then CSS background image. So how do I manage the properties of a background image? Let's do our background closed. So yeah, like background header, ground image URL image background close.png. Interesting that it chose to... Oh, right, because it's folded, or whatever it is. Okay, how big is this image? 129? Interesting. Yeah, so let's do a min height, then, of 129. Oh, wait. Am I in the wrong place? No, I'm not in the wrong place. Min height 129 pixels. And we should probably have the background image scaled to be 100% of the height, which I'm curious about. Background repeat. Yeah, let's have a repeat X. And then, how does this work? So background position, background attachment. Okay. And then what I want is to lower the opacity of this. Actually, can I do... Oh, I bet you I can. By having this be... So if we did background here... So yeah, no repeat, so we do repeat X. So this is red, green, blue. What if we did AA here? So yeah, this should be red, green, blue, and transparency. Oh, but that does okay, but that sets a background color, not a background transparency. What if we did 0 there or there? Okay, so we have the background transparent. Yeah, I want background image transparency. CSS. This is not the music for, you know, this avant-garde violin quartet. Not the music I need for my focusing on trying to figure out how the heck to do, backgrounds. You know, I have a great idea. What if I just make it so that this is mostly transparent? That feels like the correct answer here. So yeah, basically, okay, that feels about right. And then what I'm going to do is the class title here. So I'm going to do content title, actually. See what that does. Oh, wait, no. We need to regenerate. Okay, it does nothing yet. Because what I need to do now is... Hang on. The music's getting real loud. What if I just skip this, like, big triumphant musical bit? There we go. So, I want this to be larger. I want it to be more focused. So we're going to do... what do we have in landing.css that I don't have here? Main link... Like, where do we set the size of this thing? Because it's huge. 4 EM. Okay, I see. I'm going to do that, actually, as a 4... Oh, wait, no. I don't think I should do that, because we don't have that in our thing. But I'm going to do H1. Just have that set. So this begs the question as to why this is not centered inside the div, because it seems like the padding is being ignored. But okay, I'm gonna have hashtag content title. Actually, what if we had content title be the one that actually has the HBox? Or no, the background image. No, I don't think that'd be right, because then it'd still be in the blue. So yeah, I like having this. But yeah, then I need to center this vertically and have it take up the entire height of the div that it's inside. And I know they added something to center vertically. So yeah, I think what we can do, we can just have this here for our link. No, not that one. Content title, margin 0, all this stuff. Oh, it should be a ID, or yeah. And that should be in here. Didn't quite work because we don't have position relative on the content header. There we are. Okay, and then we remove the margin 0 because we actually want margin auto. Or we can remove that actually entirely. No, we can't remove that. What the fuck? How does that make sense? Okay. The issue now is that its size is not correct because we actually need this. Let's do 0% actually. No, okay. The issue is that means that, yeah, because we still want this to be the correct position. So this is the correct position, but now it's not the correct size. So how do we center it horizontally and vertically? Oh, okay, I see. Wait, but then how do we make the size correct? Because, okay. Because we have this, and then margin 0, and then, okay, so instead of doing what I'm doing here, we just translate both of these. But then if we go back into here, yeah, we have the issue that this is not sized properly. So is a Flexbox better? I think a Flexbox would be better. I'm going to try Flexbox. Also, I don't like how my indentation is wrong. Display, flex, justify, content, center, align, items, center. Actually, I just realized I can have min height, 129 pixels. Like, I actually don't even need this because we know the height and we know the thing. So I'm pretty sure we can just width 100% this thing. No, that didn't work. What if we just set the height? manually. That didn't work either. Okay. That is what we need. And what if we remove that then? Interesting. What if we did... Well, no. Because if height 100% doesn't do it, then why is that? Yeah, okay. I don't get it. So basically, we get the exact same height as this thing. We have it there. Looks kind of hokey. So then the question is... Oh yeah, we can do margin... Actually, why is this thing so, like... expanded? Like, what is the yellow again? Layout. Margin. Okay. We're going to do margin 0. There we go. Okay. And that... I think what I should do is I should have this be white. No, that doesn't feel right. What if we did a border around it? Like a drop shadow, maybe? Or a glow? Because, yeah, we can do a text shadow. And we don't need to do the fancy WebKit stuff here. Oh, yeah, I should also drink my root beer before it gets lukewarm. It'll destroy my teeth. But okay, text shadow. So I think we do 0, 0, 5 pixels, white. And that would be... Okay, that can do that. Let's do 0.1 EM, though. What if we did a bigger EM? Interesting. Oh, okay, and that makes it subtle. Does this even look good, though? Is my big question. I think I also want to center a background image. Because if this text... Oh, okay. If this text zooms in, then it's fine still. Yeah. Do I want the website to actually look good? Because we had such a fancy landing page, and then we don't have anything else here. Especially because this has the fancy curves, and then we come into here, and it's not curved. Yeah, it feels very cheap. I think it's also in part because we don't have any... We're using just system standard fonts. The mechanical compression does add a little bit of a vibe, at least. And the vibe being even cheaper and even shittier. And we should probably also have the, hang on. What if we did an href here? No, I don't want to do that. Oh, wait, hang on. This is not positioned correctly. Go to our image. We got too many style sheets now. Margin auto. So why is this on this side? Maybe we should do display block. Okay, that's what I needed. And then that's still a link, and we can click it, and it leads to the whole thing. It's interesting that it has such a wide margin. Oh, wait, yeah, because the whole thing is, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Because, yeah, this whole thing is 100% of the width of the whole thing here. Which is kind of weird that it doesn't, that it doesn't take up the whole width? I think it's because, when it zoomed in and zoomed out, it has the max width, not the total width. I guess I'm fine with that. And actually, we should probably have proper logos now. So yeah, let's go to Steam Store Assets. Or no, what am I looking for? Press Assets? Trying to figure out, when do we use the Steam assets? Okay, so yeah, I want to get brand guidelines and logos. Oh, okay, this is just this page. Let's go to itch.io logo assets. Okay, brand assets. Yeah, because we just want one of these things. Oh, wait, no, we can save this to something. Oh, I literally have the logo here. Okay, so we'll call this itch.io logo black. Where am I putting this? Right, we need to go to our this Dreamlattice DL site www image. Oh, wait, hang on. I prefer this one. itch.io badge black. Did I mistype that? I did. BADGHE. Okay. So yeah, does Steam have similar assets? Store widget? For any game with visible purchase option on a Steam store, you can create a widget with information about your product, price, and that. Creating widget for a released game will show a buy button. Creating a Steam widget for an unreleased game will generate a widget with an add to wishlist button instead of a buy on Steam. Okay, so I'm going to see if that actually works. No, this is the wrong place. Because I don't know if it works until the store page is published. But if it does... So where did it say it was? So on the right-hand side of your product page on Steam, click the Embed button. No, this is the store page. Release progress. Man, we have almost everything. Maybe I won't use a widget for now. Well, yeah, I think this is the correct option, though. All associated packages. And actually, what I should do... So, okay, let's see what this says again. So, on the right-hand page of your product page on the Steam store. Okay, so it is the actual store page. I don't think it'll be available, probably. And then we can have our widget. Then we create the widget. See a preview of it. Wait, hang on, why did it do that? View store page. View in beta mode. Oh, I see. That's because if it's not available... Okay, I see now. And then somewhere in here there should be an embed. But maybe it's not available until we actually have the game available. And so what I'm going to do is just have that as our thing here. Because I think we have this. What am I looking for now? We don't need this. We don't need that. We're just going to have the Steam link there. And I think, actually, I will change this back to not be a link. So that way we can choose whether we're going to have the... Or that way we can have both store links equally prominent. And instead I'll use this image link for the Steam banner itself, probably. Yeah, so then what we can do is we'll have a store Steam logo thing. Or the Steam widget eventually. But for now, whatever else I need. Because, yeah, I want these to be released, like, as close as possible to each other. And actually, hang on. When we go here, let's create a new game. I don't know if there's anything that I need to, like... Let's see, dashboard. Where do I create a new project? Upload new project, okay. Kitty found a camera. Let's call it just Kitty Camera. A first and third person shooter. It's a game, it's downloadable, it'll be paid, it'll be... I'm going to say $8. Maybe I'll even splurge a little bit. $8.99. And then what we can do is we can actually start making the itch.io page as well. Yeah, that'd be fun. Let's see. What's over here? What is in here? Oh, I see. This is from when I was doing Duet. Yeah, so let's start getting this up and running. We're gonna do wrong one. This one. And I don't know the sizing guidelines for these, but I'll use oh wait, they have different image sizes, yeah. So for now I'm just gonna have the link. Yeah, we'll have restricted. Oh wait, no. Yeah, we'll just have draft. No AI content. Tags, 3D, platformer, adventure, photos. I don't know, photography? That'd be fun. Funny, maybe? Genre. I'll say adventure more than action. But okay, let's just have the link first of all. And then I'll make the itch.io assets as well. But okay, that means that we have that as that. Coming soon to Steam. So let's see. Get it from these stores. And actually, now we need to have this be image link. Alt Steam. Actually, href. Okay. And then we'll do source. These will be something someday. Okay. Yeah, because we got image here. Badge, black, SVG. Alright, games. Okay, and then here, for now, I can just put the same... Wait, no. Yeah, let's try to find a proper, like, SVG logo for Steam. Yeah, okay. Because now we got both of the actual store pages up. We don't need that. So yeah, Steam logo may not be used in any manner that might imply that any non-Valve materials are sponsored or affiliated with Valve. Valve trademark may not be displayed as primary or prominent features to any non-Valve materials. Use only approved Valve artwork for the logo. Yeah, because I think... Because, yeah, like their printed guideline had, click here to view brand guidelines for Steam and its family of sub-brand things. Download logo files. Okay. This is what we need. EPS. Oh, they're doing... My brain is too small for this. Do I even have anything that can, like, open EPS files? Because, yeah, these are, like, full-on, like... The thing that is used for, like, PDF files. Postscript viewer. Ghost script. I've seen Ghost script before, but this is like, PCL, yeah, let's figure out how to, like, convert from PDF, or from PostScript to SVG. I wonder if Inkscape can load this natively. Because that would make my life easier. Let's see, where is... Hang on. Okay, there's that. Store brand assets PostScript. Okay. Okay. Inkscape can load PostScript, I think. No GhostScript executables found. Ah, okay. So we do need to have GhostScript installed. But we just need the actual core system. That makes sense. Okay. So we can download the, like, plebeian version. So yeah, we just need the interpreter and renderer, and that's under GPL. And then hopefully we can just install that. Okay, and because that's GPL, I am fine with this. Okay, so it seems like basically they do what a lot of open source software does, where they have, like, their core is still GPL, and then they have, like, the fancy stuff that's commercially available. Yeah, that seems fine. Okay, and so that means that now we can try this again, and it might be able to find our, ghost script. Extensions, hang on, how do we do that? Imported images, SVG editor, SVG import mode, rendering, behavior. Yeah, so it seems like that didn't help. Okay, Inkscape ghost script. Yeah, how do we configure this guy? Okay, I'm assuming... Do we actually need to edit it to the path already? Hang on. Let's create a new thing here. So is it GS? Is that what it is? Okay, so yeah, it looks like we do need to add that here. Okay, so path... Where the heck did I install that thing? Probably into program files. Let's look through my program files then. We're in an exciting time, folks. Okay, GS bin. Copy that. Okay. And then I should be able to then GS. Did that not work? Oh, it's because of GS Win64. Okay, there we go. And that opens up a GhostScript editor window thing. Okay, and so then I should be able to try again if I, like, load Inkscape again. Okay, close that. Yeah, we're in exciting times. I will be able to open PostScript files any minute now, any day now. Look at that. Okay, look at that. So now what I should be able to do is grab one of these things. Wait, hang on. How do I, like... What is this thing made of? Okay, it does have paths and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna try to grab, something here. Because I want this thing. Is there like, any hope for me? Because I just want this image. What if I just ungroup these? And then we grab this. And then I copy this. And then I paste that into its own little world. And then we can do, like, file... how do we constrain an image? I know how we can do this. Yeah, we can select this and just export it as another SVG. And we're going to export this to, like, Steam or something. Did it do it? Oh, I see. Because we have... It doesn't... Okay. I've been doxxed. But okay, what is it? Dreamlattice, DL site, www, images, games. This is going to be Steam logo, or Steam, like, play. Here, SVG. Interesting that it chose to, yeah, okay, there we go. Then we can export. It's an insane whip. Hang on. That's very confusing, but I'm fine with that. Okay, and so I'm going to save this as, like, Steam assets, I think. Wait, what? There we go. Okay, I don't know. Here, maybe? And then we'll just have that as its thing. Okay. So now I should be able to go back to here. And then we can do image, games, Steam, play, here, SVG. Did that work? Why did that not work? Oh, because this is the wrong website. Why are these different widths? I think what I should do is I should have these as a flex box then. And I'm going to have some sort of fancy class. Or we can do, Yeah, let's have... I know what to do. I'm going to do, class... Or no. Dot store info. Well, display flex. And then there'll be some sort of width thing there. And what I'm going to do then is have, when we go to our pages, this is going to have now param name class type text required false. And what we can do then is class equals class. And that way we can have this sort of store info here as an inline block. Because I'm just going to have a div here. And we're just going to have like class something or other. What the heck did I call it? Style or store info? Oh, wrong. Oh. How did what button did I just press? I like held like shift and moved my mouse, and it sent me to God knows where. Is it? Oh, did I press Control W? Is that what I did? Okay, that's what I must have done. But okay, slowly coming together. Recompobulate this. Almost. Failed to complete parameters for that, and that's because I did something wrong in here. Proper param name equals class type equals text required equals false. What did I pressed Control R that time. I swear I did. Is it like Control E or something? But okay. So now what we have here is, okay, we have our div, and then I need to have these be more equally prominent. I'm going to say like width as like 50% maybe. Or maybe a min width of like 180 pixels or something like that. So like width 50%, min width, I don't know, 500 pixels or something like that. Oh, right, okay. Okay. So we should have these. Oh, but because these are displayed as blocks, we then need .store info image display flex. Okay, because that should have... So width 50%, min width 500 pixels. Is it because now they're not... Okay, yeah, because you can see that these are way too big. What if we just set their width here? Okay, so that does something. But I don't get why they would not be equally sized. Let's look up the like layout here. So 500, okay, so yeah, no padding. So this is what the flex container says it is. Okay, so it is the correct, it's like the same size. It's the size that it should be. And then actually, what if we did inline block here? Okay, that's closer to what I want, actually. And then what I want is margin auto for something or other. Yeah, because we want these to then take up. Yeah, we want these to be centered. So how do we center? Let's do CSS flex centered boxes. Okay, and that's because we actually should have this be Let's have this be like dot image list. And this is just going to be display flex align item center, justify content center. And this is going to be what we have in this thing here. Oh, right, but we haven't actually updated it yet. Okay. So that means that now we have those two. That seems more professional. And so the website, definitely not very professional still. It doesn't have that fancy... It doesn't live up to the promise of this, where we have like our cool little logo and then we click in and then it's cool and stuff. But I also don't hate it. But also, hang on. Let's see. Actually, why is this thing here? So this is 100% zoom. So why is this over here? This is like out on its own. So we should probably have these two. I want these two, I think, to be equal width. And then both centered. Yeah, because we can see here that it has this extra padding, which I'm not sure about. Oh, and that's because they have padding. Because I haven't changed that. So if we go back to this, we should also have store info as like padding 0. And then this should probably be min width, and then width would be 50%. Oh, but that's not going to be quite right. Okay, that's better. Except for the fact that they still take up this because they aren't taking up 50% of their container. And that, okay, that makes sense though, because this does not take up the same width as this. Also, I'm curious as to why this here. Oh, because it's inside a paragraph. And paragraphs have a max width of 800 pixels. And so what I can do here then is do max width 800 pixels. Oh no, actually I'm going to have this and then max width 100%. And then maybe here we have... Now we can do min width with 50%, I think. Oh, and then we need to do margin auto. Okay. We haven't actually gotten any closer because... Oh, right, but we shouldn't have this be that. We should have this be like 200 pixels then. Okay, okay, there we are. So now we have these two flex boxes. They take up the same width. And then inside of these, if we inspect these elements, you can see here. Oh, wait, we should actually have .store info image. We're going to set this padding to 0. There we go. So that way these don't have padding vertically. And now these have equally sized boxes that they are in, or equal width boxes. And then they have, it's curious, they have some sort of height limitation, like that this does not go even taller, which is good. I might have a max height of 100 pixels. So that way they're a bit more in line with each other. So yeah, now they take up the same height. Admittedly, that means that the Steam page is much smaller than the itch.io page, but what if we did 150? So I'm curious, for example, is this one reaching that? Okay, yeah. Because this image is taller than that. Okay, so this feels about fair. They get about the equal area. And then if we click here, it probably won't take... Oh, it does take us. Oh yeah, because we're in beta mode. And then if we click this one, it'll also take us to the beta mode because that's what I've done so far. And I should probably size this image down if it's going to be 800 pixels. I don't care. I am curious as to why this is inside a paragraph, though. Oh, and I hear my brother, so I'm going to say hello to him. Okay, back now. So let's see. What do I want? I think I'm good with this. It's not super fancy. Maybe I'll want to make this background fancier, cooler, less like squares. But I don't hate it. And yeah, I think this is simple, straightforward, good enough for me. And then we can have like an about or something. So yeah, we'll do software. Yeah, let's put some software in. So let's do np to do. I'll just have the exact same thing here of like software. Banner image np dash to do the mascot. A small little guy with a piece of paper and a check mark by his head. And this one will just have the div... Oh, wait. What the heck? Oh, there we go. Div class equals image list. And we'll just get one link here. And I should probably figure out where that's going to be, but that's fine. And then we should probably have, yeah, let's do image software, np to do logo dot, or banner. I know, probably be better to call it like banner np to do png. Okay. Simple and fast. Fast to do list application, or to do list manager for Windows and Linux. Manage thousands of tasks with ease. Tags, searching. Instant search. I use it for all of my games. So yeah, I use it to manage just about every single project I have. And then we should have some sort of about page. And yeah, for now it's going to be an extremely simple thing. In fact, actually, what if we had also open source or something like that? Or I can put it in here, like Needleful Net Generator and things like that. Nope. Yeah, admittedly, I still want to make it better live up to the promise of the cool logo. But I'll think about that. Okay, let's go to Paint. 540. I'll keep the same aspect ratio as the other one. And now I need to figure out where the branding info for NP to do is. That's going to be under, I think, 20 other software. Maybe. NP chat. I think it's actually under 14. So tech and tools, maybe. Okay. 1471 NP logo. Okay, I see. Let's get... Do we have another logo here? Oh, I like this guy. Actually, do we have in the export files here? Presumably, somewhere in here, image. Yeah, I'll just copy that. Plop them here. Oh, wait, hang on. Okay. Scale this up by a factor of 200. But we're going to do nearest. Actually, what if I just scale this down by half? And then we get this guy. Paste him in here. Move him like that. And then we just have np-to do. Underlined? Did I literally just use, like, fucking... what, Arial or something like that? I would not be surprised. Yeah, I'm almost certain I used... I just used Arial. Okay, let's call that the logo. Dream Lattice DL site. Software. Banner. What the heck is this banner of? Banner NP to do. Okay. Close that. Go back to here. Is that what I had, what I needed? Banner NP to do? Okay. Oh, wait. Regenerate. Okay. Cute. So now we have NP to do. So yeah, simple and fast. Oh, wait, hang on. Inspect this. I think what I can do is I can just make this actually, like, less big. Let's narrow it down. Man, this is spooking me out. Okay. So look at that. We got a cute little website now. We got software. And then actually, I kind of want this to be another image link. And this one's going to go directly to... let's see. Image link. Because we got needleful.net. Where the heck is it? Where the heck is it? Something like this? Okay. Well... Do I want to have this here? Okay. That looks good. Oh, yeah. Okay, this is coming together, I think. This looks like a website. And then I think what I'd want is probably to have more of a division between these H2 things. So maybe like we have a gray border or something like that. Because we could do like a H2 border. Let's do that. Basically, content H2 border bottom 2 pixel black. That didn't quite work. And that's because... Did that not work? Oh, wait, but these are H3s, aren't they? Wait, are they? No, they aren't. Yeah, because it literally says H2, and it literally says content H2 border bottom 2 pixels black. Is it because these aren't displayed? Because they are displayed as blocks, and they are the full width here. Hmm. So, hang on. CSS order. Oh, maybe border style solid is what I need? Because, yeah, I don't think border color... Border shorthand. Yeah, okay. I think it's... Well... Oh, wait, no. Yeah, look at that. Oh, it's because this is supposed to be solid. Like that, okay. There we go. And then we have this. And now we have definitive separation between the two things. Isn't that beautiful? And then that takes the whole width there. Let's see. So is there anything else that I want with this? I'm tired of this soundtrack, hang on. Let's do something else. Okay. That'll be fine. So now, I'm pondering with my big brain, what do I want for the About page? I think I'm going to have my personal site. So, started in 2025. Dream Lattice Software. LLC makes games and game adjacent software. The founder and currently only employee is Devin Hastings, aka Needleful. A software developer. Out of the Seattle area. I might add a little guy. That could be fun. Yeah, let's look for little guys that I can put in here. Probably in Needleful Videos Assets Common. Let's get this one. And we'll just have, like, this as, like... Yeah, that seems fine. And yeah, we'll just call this, image, my avatar. A horrible little... Or let's see. a horrible little creature with a messed up face. And that'll be image, me, little, ENG. Okay. So Dreamlattice Software, LLC, makes games and game-adjacent software. The founder and only employee is Devin Hastings, aka Needleful, a software developer out of the Seattle area. And now I'll need to have this linked to here once I actually upload this somewhere. And then contact would be, do I want to have a contact page? Him at, me. Why is this so, like, low? You can email or reach out by emailing. Yeah, because I'm wondering if if I want some sort of fancy protection from things. Yeah, you know what? I might do that. Code ID equals email. Email, or let's say JavaScript required for email. Sorry. Oh, yeah. Oh, but because this is a thing here, I need to have, okay. Basically, I need to now have this here. Oh, wait, no. There we go. So now we have a normal paragraph with JavaScript, or with this thing here, and that'll be that. And then that should be... What if we just have a rote 13? Wait, hang on. I should probably just have a JavaScript. Let's do that. That'd be funny. So that way we can have... Yeah, let's just have new file... Rote 13 text. And this will be email, or no, function. And then we're going to do function activate, or like detect email. So that should actually be a class. Well, no, I don't care. So this is just going to be document get element by ID dot, let's say secret email instead. And then inner text is going to equal wrote 13 my email. So this will be like const secret email equals something. And then what we're going to do is for E, or for T in text. So what we're going to need now is like so code. How do we get JavaScript character to integer? No, this isn't what I need. To ASCII code. Char code at. We'll return a code unit, and that's fine because we only need it for... Okay, so yeah, we can do for let I equal 0, I less than text dot length, I plus plus. Let number equal text char code at I, and then number plus equals 13. If number greater than some sort of thing, and that's going to be ASCII table. Actually, we should do, first off, function is uppercase. Pass, or return. This will be like a C. Then function is letter. Return. Yeah, basically what we're going to do here is if is letter C, we do something with it. And then we're going to also have if is uppercase C. Oh, no. And yeah, we're going to have this be C, so that's our char code at that location. So we're going to do something here, else we're going to do something here, else, and then we're actually just going to not do anything if it's not a letter. Okay, so if it's a letter, there are several things here. So it should be greater than, this is the decimal, I think? No, this is decimal, 65. So is letter C is greater than 41. No, wait. Yeah, I'll do that. And C, oh no. C is less than, and this should be greater than or equal to 41. Oh yeah, there's a disjoint. Because for some reason they decided that letters should not be in one contiguous block. Okay. Less than or equal to 90. Okay. So C is one of those, or C is greater than or equal to 0x61, or wait, and C is less than or equal to 0x7a. Oh wait, and this needs to be 0x. Okay. And then if it's uppercase, that means return C is less than 0x61. So this assumes it's a, or it's been shown, or it assumes it's a letter. Okay. And then what we can have is, if it's uppercase, C equals, let's say var, or let low equal 0. Or let's say 0x61. A. Okay. So if it's uppercase, low is actually equal to 0x41. Actually, what we're going to do is uppercase 0x41 else 0x61. So low letter for modulo math. Okay, because basically what we're going to do here is C is now equal to C minus low plus 13 modulo 26 plus low. And then we do text dot set char at. So can we do, so if we did a dot char code at 0 equals 98. So we can't assign to that. But what could we do then? So when we get a char code, so JS set character, or no, JS integer string. Let's do that. Okay. So we can basically do, let's try this. So basically we're going to have like E equals hello. And then E dot char code at 0. And we're going to E dot, let's do 0 equals E dot, no, string from char code 105. So this should just increment it. Then we do E. Oh, but that doesn't actually set this here. E dot set wait, so then hang on. E0. So that's that. Okay, so we can't assign into the string. So how do we change a string then? JS change string characters? So we can use replace, but that only does that. And I don't want to do that. Actually, I guess I can do that. Because yeah, we could go through each character and just replace it with a table. In fact, that might even be easier to just pre-compute all the JS or all the characters in just a table and then just do replace for each of them. I mean, I guess I could even do something stupid like text replace that and then just replace each of them. So we'd literally just do like E dot replace. Oh wait, no. Wait, hang on. E equals hello. E dot replace dot with S or like C string dot from char code. And then we just do like c dot char code at 0 plus 1. And then we do g. Okay. It's a very stupid way of doing it, but it is funny, I think. So yeah, basically, instead of doing that, we're going to do return text dot, how do we get letters? Place, hang on, JS rejects character classes. Oh yeah, because we can literally just do A through Z, A through Z. And then we don't even need his letter here. So yeah, what we can do instead is return text.replace A through Z with a function. So we're just going to actually call this S because we're going to do let C equal S dot char code at 0, and then return S dot char code from, or no, dot from char code S. And then what we can do here is also have, let's see, go to my index. We're going to have extra header. And that's going to be just script source equals secret code JS. And then I think down here we're just going to do script swap emails. Okay. Let's see if that actually works. Okay. It almost works, except for the fact that I don't actually have my email yet. But we should be able to do rote 13 me at games.needleful. It almost worked, except for the fact that this is not at all correct, because I did not do it correctly. Because this search is supposed to be a global, first of all. What am I doing? And then the issue is that all of those are 0 for some reason, which is interesting, because so low is uppercase, so C is less than that. So B is, or let's say A is less than A. Okay, we can actually literally just have this be A. Oh wait, no. Well, we can actually, by just doing is uppercase S0. Okay, so that gets the first character, which should be the only character. And then we should be able to get, so yeah, we subtract the low, we add 13, then we modulo by 26. That should work. And then we add low back here. So that should be not turning to 0. Okay, let's just check how this works. Because it seems clear to me that I don't know how to do this. Okay. So we got M. And that is low, so that's there. Okay. And then C is this, which is 109. So we do C minus 109, and that should be 122. That feels right. Or no. Oh, wait, but this is... Okay. It's because I have that there. In fact, we should probably do let R equal that, and then we return R, so that way I can compare the two. And then I'm going to not do that because I'm going to do that. Beautiful. And then what if we rotate twice? Beautiful. Okay. So now we have my secret email equals that. So yeah, super secure security. Okay. And that means that if I disable JavaScript here, JavaScript required for email, sorry. And there we have that. Beautiful. In fact, we don't even need this. We can just have that is uppercase S. Okay. Okay. And then, get status. Let's just get all this working. So, simple home page. Get push. And then I'll need to make sure that I can get my, stuff working. Or my secure website. And yeah, then my next question. When do we put this on the internet? I guess it'd be like an hour after... Yeah, I'll say like an hour after I publish the store page, or like very soon after. Because I have the domain set up. Maybe I should have this available? So that way, it can be, like, prepared early? Wait, what? Oh, I forgot to... Hang on. I mixed up my banner image here. Yeah, because I forgot... I was gonna turn it into the image link, but then I realized I don't care. Oh wait, wrong thing. There we are. Fix banner for NP to do. Okay, do I want some sort of copyright here? I probably should have that. Yeah, we'll just have like a standard footer. And that won't be on the thing here. Template name equals standard footer. Let's just have p class equals footer text. dreamlad.com. Do copyright here. Let's see, because yeah, I'm trying to look for, what would I look for? I don't know, naughtydog.com. I remember when I learned the Jack and Daxter secret language here. I got a fancy thing. Okay. So yeah, we'll just do copyright down here. .com. Let's just do the copyright symbol. This site collects no data. Right now, and this is just going to be content. Yeah, we're not even going to have parameters for this one. Let's actually do div class equals content footer, or like ID. So this site collects no information. Neither collects nor shares information. I actually should double check that because nearly freespeech.net, because this would be the host that I would be using, and so we'd have probably policies, privacy policy. Let's see. You know what, let's just have that. So yeah, this site neither collects nor shares information. It is beholden to something else or other. Or let's see. Okay. So our systems for our services, your use of our services, okay. And so I also want to see information about accesses to member sites. Okay. The site neither collects nor shares information. It is hosted through nearly free speech. All right, let's say actually host privacy policy. Or, yeah. Okay. And then we're going to have content footer is going to have a smaller font. And then it's just going to be... Actually, let's just have that as like font size 0.8 EM, and then maybe color would be like... let's just call it BBB. Oh wait, wrong thing. Did it not? Oh right, because I haven't actually put it on the page yet. Right, because then we just do standard footer down here. There we are. Okay. And then I'm going to also have down there, also, I'm realizing this was way too much, so we're going to do, because I forgot that it goes from 0 to F, not A to F. Then we're going to do content, footer, A, color, and that's going to be 111, maybe? Actually, I'm going to do 555, 333. Or maybe just a little bit brighter. And then let's have a little... what if we had a border at the top of it? That'd be fun. Top. And that's going to be 1 point solid 555. I like that. And then we're going to do max width. Or P here. 800. Or no, let's do width 800 point. No, pixel 100%. And then margin auto. Okay. Padding bottom would be 10 pixels. And then also I'm thinking here, we're going to do some padding as well. Probably 10 pixels as well there. Okay. And that way we have this. So yeah, Dreamlattice Software LLC. The site contains neither collects nor shares information. Hosts privacy policy. Okay. So yeah, let's see that, yeah, let's say host privacy policy, or yeah, that feels fair. The host provides... let's just say the web host tracks basic information. Wait, where am I? There we are. There we go. So yeah, Dreamlattice Software LLC, the web host, tracks basic request information, host privacy. Ta-da! What if I did a mail to link here? That could be fun. Well, do I want to bother? Alright, get status. What's our new things? Beat. Okay, is there anything else that I'd want on this website right now? Because I think for now, this is a good enough, like, web page to just have an internet presence. Nothing crazy. Do I want more photos in here? I could make like a nice little photo carousel or something like that. Would I want to bother though? Maybe not. Do I want to do anything else today? Nah, I think I'm fine. I think I'm fine with this. Okay. So that's the entry. Oh yeah, we need to make it mobile friendly still. Yeah. Switched it to there, link to me, maybe a photo. Basically done. Okay. I'm going to call that good for today. I'll do my web hosting stuff today as well. But alright. Thank you for stopping by. I should have this done quite soon. See you later.